Hi everyone, this is Attorney Lilian, and I am here today with your Tuesday tip. Hi everyone, welcome. So today I am going to be talking to you about how to maintain your green card status and avoid losing it. Okay, we're going to talk about the rights and responsibilities of a green card holder and what you can actually do as a green card holder, how you can make sure that you do not lose your green card status. Okay, and I'll also talk about how you can go from a green card holder to a citizen, which will make your life a lot easier and give you even more rights. So let's jump right in. The number one question people have is, every single time they get their green card, does this mean I can travel? Right? Once you get your green card, does this mean I can travel outside of the US? Short answer, yes. Yes. You can now travel outside of the US and come back in. All you have to make sure you do is have your valid residency card with you. If you are traveling to another country, your residency card will not get you into that country. Okay, I just want to make that clear. If you're traveling to Puerto Rico, yes, your residency card, great. However, if you're traveling to Europe, your residency card is not the same as a U.S. citizenship passport. It will not get you any form of visit. Okay, so you need to also make sure that whatever country you're traveling to, that you have the visa or whatever requirements they have for people traveling to the country. Okay, make sure you have your passport and whatever visa they need, because your US green card will not get you into Europe without a visa. Okay, so that's the first thing. Now the next thing is, how long can you stay outside of the US with a green card? Okay, as a green card holder, how long can you stay outside of the US? That's the next question I got. And the answer to that is, you shouldn't be outside of the US for more than 6 months, right? If you are a green card holder, all right, you have your green card, you are a permanent resident of the United States. You are telling the US government when you're applying for your green card that you want to live in the US, you want to work in the US, you want to make the US your home. That's the point of a permanent residency. And if you are doing things that makes it seem like you don't want the US to be your permanent home, that can affect your ability to keep your green card. Okay, so if you're out of the US for more than 6 months, there is a presumption that you no longer want to be a permanent resident of the United States. Okay, when you come in, Border Protection, the officers at the airport can decide, you were outside of the US for way too long. We think that you really don't want the US to be your residency anymore. So we're going to put you in immigration court to take away your residency and basically say that you have abandoned your residency. Okay, this does happen. So that's why I always encourage people, if you are going to apply for permanent residency, please make sure you are actually a resident of the US. All right. However, if you know that you're going to be out of the US for, let's say, a year, and you know that things may happen and that year may turn into a year and a half, there is something called a re-entry permit. A re-entry permit will allow you to be out of the US for over a year, but not more than 2 years, right? So that if you are wrapping up, let's say you have a business in your home country and you just want to go back and wrap that up. If you have projects that you're working on, you want to wrap those up, and you know it's going to take you about a year to wrap it up, then a re-entry permit is your best option, because then there's no abandonment, right? When you come through the airport, a year and a half later, Border Patrol is not going to bother you because you have a re-entry permit. Now, the next thing to know is to apply for a re-entry permit, you have to be in the US. You have to apply for a re-entry permit before you go, unless you're willing to come back to the US for your biometrics. So, if you're applying for a re-entry permit, just know you're going to have biometrics appointment. And if you're not in the US and you miss the biometrics, the application will be denied, right? So just make sure if you're applying for a re-entry permit and you leave the US right after applying, that you are willing and able to come back to the US. If you have your biometrics appointment, get that done and then go. All right, and then wait for that to be approved. You do not have to be physically in the US for the re-entry permit to be approved, but you do have to physically be in the US to do the biometrics appointment. All right, so that is a way that a permanent resident can be out of the US for over a year without it affecting their permanent residency. It will affect your ability to get your citizenship, right? Because you need that, you need to meet that residency requirement, but it will not affect your ability to come back into the US. It will not affect your ability to stay out of the US for a year or more. All right. You can renew your re-entry permit. You can get it twice. So in aggregate, you may be able to get 4 years out of it, but just again, the goal of a permanent residency is for the US to be your permanent residence. So, just keep that in mind as you're applying for these things. But you do have that option. Okay, so that is your tip for today. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments. And if you like this video, go ahead and share it. If you know someone who needs to hear this, go ahead and share the video with them. If you like what I'm talking about, like the video. And if you're watching in a place that you can subscribe and you do not want to miss any of my uploads, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And I am Lilian Chukura. I am the lawyer and owner of Lillylegal, where we help our clients get status for themselves and for their family using the U.S. immigration law system. Thank you. Bye.